First chapter of the book of Nehemiah. The words of Nehemiah the son Ashaliah. And it came to pass in the month Chisley, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan the palace, that Hananiah, one of my brethren, came, and he and certain men of Judah, and I asked them concerning the Jews that escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. They said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity, they in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. It came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept, and mourned certain days, and fasted, and prayed before the God of heaven, and said, I beseech thee, O Lord, God of heaven, the great and terrible God, that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him, and observe his commandments. Let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open, that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now, day and night, for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned. We have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor judgments, which thou commandest thy servant Moses. Remember, I beseech thee, the word that the commandments thy servant Moses, saying, if you transgress, I will scatter abroad among the nations. But if you turn unto me, and keep my commandments, and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of the heaven, yet I will gather from thence, and will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there. Now they are thy servants and thy people, whom thou hast redeemed by the great power and by the strong hand. O Lord, I beseech thee, let now thine ear be attentive to the prayer of thy servant, to the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name, and prosper, I pray thee, thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man. For I was the king's cupbearer. And it came to pass in the month Nisan, in the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, that wine was before him, and I took up the wine and gave it unto the king. Now I had not been before time sad in his presence. Wherefore the king said unto me, why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of the heart. Then I was very sore afraid, and said unto the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad, when the city, the place of my father's sepulchres, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? Then the king said unto him, For what dost thou make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven. And I said unto the king, if it please the king, and if thy servant have found favour in the sight, that thou wouldest send me unto Judah, and unto the city of my father's sepulchres, that I may build it. And the king said unto me, the queen also sitting by him, for how long shall thy journey be, and when wilt thou return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time. Moreover, I said unto the king, if it please the king, let letters be given to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over till I come into Judah. And a letter unto Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the palace, which appertain to the house, for the wall of the city and the house that I shall enter into. The king granted me according to the good hand of my God upon me. Then I came to the governors beyond the river, and gave them king's letters. Now the king had sent captains of the army and horsemen with me. When Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel. So I came to Jerusalem and was there 3 days. And I arose in the night, and I and some few men with me. Neither told I any man what my God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem. Neither was there any beast with me, save the beast that I rode upon. And I went out by night by the gate of the valley, even before the dragon well, into the dung port, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem which were broken down, and the gates thereof were consumed with fire. Then I went on to the gate of the fountain, and to the king's pool, but there was no place for the beast that was under me to pass. Then I went up in the night of the brook, and viewed the wall, and turned back, and entered by the gate of the valley, and so returned. And the rulers knew not whither I went, and what I did. Neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor the priests, nor the nobles, nor the rulers, nor the rest that did the work. Then said I unto them, Ye see the distress that we in, how Jerusalem lieth waste, the gates thereof are burned with fire. Come and let us build the wall of Jerusalem, that we have no more reproach. Then I told them of the hand of my God, which was good upon me, and also the king's word that he had spoken unto me. And they said, Let us rise up and build. And so they strengthened their hands for this good work. But then Sanballat the Horonite, and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard it. They laughed us to scorn, and despised us, and said, What is this thing that you do? Will you rebel against the king? Then answered I them, and said unto them, The God of heaven, he will prosper, and therefore we his servants will arise and build, but you have no portion or right, nor memorial in Jerusalem. Chapter 3. Then Eliashib the high priest rose up with his brethren the priests, and they builded the sheep gate. They sanctified it, and set up the doors of it, even unto the tower of Mir. They sanctified it unto the tower of Hananiah. And next up unto him builded the men of Jericho. Next to them builded Zaccur and the son of Imri. But the fish gate did the sons of Hasaniah build, who also laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. Next unto them repaired Meremoth, the son of Urijah, the son of Koz. Next unto them repaired Meshullam, the son of Bereshia, son of Meshezabil. And next upon them repaired Zadok, the son of Bana. Next unto them the Tekoites repaired, but their nobles put not their necks to the work of their Lord. Moreover, the old gate repaired Jehoiada, the son of Paseah, and Meshullam, the son of Besedoi. They laid the beams thereof, set the doors thereof, and the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. And next unto them repaired Melatiah, the Gibeonite, and Jadon, the Meronothite, and the men of Gibeon and Mizpah, on the throne of the governor on the side of the river. Next unto him repaired Uzziel, the son of Harai, of the goldsmiths. Next unto him also repaired Hananiah, the son of one of the apothecaries, and they fortified Jerusalem unto the broad wall. Next unto them repaired Rephai, the son of Hur, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem. Next unto them repaired Jedaiah, son of Haramuth, even over against his house. And next unto him repaired Hattush, the son of Hashabniah, Malchijah, the son of Haran, and Hashub, the son of Pahat-Mod, repaired the other piece and the tower of the furnaces. Next unto him repaired Shallum, the son of Haloesh, the ruler of half part of Jerusalem, he and his daughters. The valley gate repaired Hanun, and the inhabitants of Sanah. They built it, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, the bars thereof, and 1,000 cubits on the wall unto the dung gate. But the dung gate repaired Malchiah, the son of Rechab, the ruler of part of Bethsaran. He built it and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. But the gate of the fountain repaired Shallum, the son of Kolozeb, the ruler of part of Mizpah. And he built it and covered it and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof, and the wall of the pool of Siloe by the king's gardens, and the stairs that go down from the city of David. And after him repaired Nehemiah, the son of Asbuk, the ruler of half part of Bethsur, and unto the place over against the sepulchres of David, and to the pool that was made, and unto the house of the mighty. After him repaired Levites Raham, the son of Bani. Next unto him repaired Hashabiah, the ruler and half part of Kalai, in his part. After him repaired the brethren Bavai, the son of Henadad, the ruler of half of part of Kalai. And next to him repaired Ezra, the son of Jeshua, the ruler of Mizpah, another place over against the going up to the armory at the turning of the wall. After him Baruch, the son of Sabai, earnestly repaired the other piece from the turning of the wall unto the door of the house of Eliashib, the high priest. After him repaired Meremoth, the son of Urijah, the son of Koz, and on another piece from the door of the house of Eliashib, even to the end of the house of Eliashib, and after him repaired the priests and the men of the plain. After him repaired Benjamin and Hashab over against their house, and after him repaired Azariah the son of Maaseiah, son of Ananiah, by his house, and after him repaired Binui the son of Henadad another piece from the house of Azariah, and onto the turning of the wall, even onto the corner. Pelai the son of Uzai over against the turning of the wall, the tower which lieth out from the king's high house that was by the court of the prison, after him Pedai the son of Parash. Moreover the Nethinims dwelt in Ophel, not the place over against the water gate, towards the east and the tower that lieth out. After them the Tekelites repaired another piece over against the great tower that lieth out, and even unto the wall of Ophel, and from above the horse gate repaired priests every one over against his house. After them repaired Zadok the son of Immer over against the house, and after him repaired also Nehemiah the son of Jeshaiah, the keeper of the east gate. After him repaired Hananiah the son of Shelemiah, and Hanun the sixth son of Zalaph another piece. After him repaired Meshulam the son of Bereshia over against his chamber. After him repaired Malchiah the goldsmith's son on the place of the Nethinims and of the merchants over at the gate of Mifkad, and to the going of the sorrow of the corner. And between the going up the corner unto the sheep gate repaired the goldsmiths and the merchants. Chapter 4. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation, and mocked the Jews. And he spoke before his brethren and the army of Samaria, and said, What do these feeble Jews? What will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end to a day? Will they receive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, Even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their head, and give them for a prey in the land of the captivity. And cover not their iniquity, and let their sin be blotted out from thee, for they have provoked thee to anger and before the builders. So built we the wall, and the wall was joined together onto the wall, the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah the Arabians and the Amorites and the Ashdodites heard that the wall of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, that they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come up to fight against Jerusalem to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, And there's much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversaries said, They shall not know neither see, till we come in the midst among them and slay them, and cause the work to cease. And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, From all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Therefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places, and I even set the people after their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, to the rulers, to the rest of the people, Be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible. Fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses. And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought us their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one of us unto his work. And it came to pass from the time forth that half my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears, the shields, and the bows, and the habergeons, and the rulers were behind, at the house of Judah. They which built on the wall, and they that bare burdens, and were those that laid it, every one of them of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. And for the builders every one had his sword girded by his side, and so builded, and he that sounded the trump was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall. One far from another. In what place therefore ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us, our God shall we fight for us. So we laboured in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning to the stars. Likewise at the same time said I unto the people, Let every one of his servants lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and labour on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which follow us, none of us put off our clothes, saying that every one of them put off for washing. And there was a great cry, of the people and of their wives against their brethren the Jews. For there was that said, We our sons and our daughters are many, therefore we take up corn for them, that we may eat and live. Some also there were that said, We have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses, that we may buy corn, because of the death. There were also that said, We have borrowed money for the king's tribute, and that upon our lands and vineyards. Yet now our flesh is the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children. And lo, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants, and some of our daughters are brought unto bondage already. Neither is in our power to redeem them, for our other men have our lands and vineyards. And I was very angry when I heard their cry and these words. Then I consulted with myself and rebuked the nobles and rulers, and said unto them, Ye ask usury, every one of his brother. And I set a great assembly against them. And I said unto them, We after our ability have redeemed our brethren the Jews, which were sold unto the heathen. Would ye even sell your brethren, or shall they be sold unto us? Then held their peace, and found nothing to answer. Also I said, It is not good that ye do, ought you not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the heathen of our enemies. I likewise, and my brethren, my servants, might exact of them money and core. I pray you, let us leave off this usury. Restore, I pray you, to them, even to the day, their lands, their vineyards, their olive yards, and their houses, and also the 100th part of the money, and of the corn, the wine, and the oil, that ye exact of them. Then said they, We will restore them, and will require nothing of them at all. So will we do as thou sayest? Then I called the priests and took an oath of them, that they should do according to this promise. Also I shook my lamp, and said, So God, shake out every man from his house, from his labour, that performeth not this promise, even thus be he shaken out and emptied. And the congregation said, Amen, and praised the Lord. And the people did according to the promise. Moreover, from that time that I was appointed to be governor in the land of Judah, and from the 20th year even unto the 30th year of Artaxerxes the king, that is 12 years, my brethren have not eaten the bread of the governor. But the former governors that had been before me were chargeable unto the people, and had been taken of them bread and wine beyond 40 shekels of silver. Yes, even their servants bear rule over the people, but so did not I, because of the fear of God. Yea, also I continued in the work of this war, neither brought we any land, and my servants were gathered thither unto the work. Moreover, there were at my table 150 of the Jews and rulers, besides those that came unto us from among the heathen that are about us. Now that which was prepared for me daily was 1 ox and 6 choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, and once in 10 days store of all sorts of wine. Yet for all this required not I the bread of the governor, because the bondage was heavy upon this people. Think upon me, my God, for according to all that I have done for this people. Chapter 6. Now it came to pass when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem the Arabian and the rest of the enemies heard that I had builded the wall, that there was no breach left therein, though at that time I had not set up the doors upon the gates. That Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, Come, let us meet together in some of the villages in the plain of Ona. But they thought to do me mischief, and I sent a messenger unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease whilst I leave it and come down to you? Yet they sent unto me 4 times after the sort, and answered them after the same manner. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand. When was written, it is reported among the heathen, and Gashmut with it. And Gashmut said it, that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king, according to these words. And thou hast also appointed prophets to preach for thee at Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah, and now shall it be reported to the king according to these words. Come now, therefore, let us take counsel together. And I sent unto him, saying, There are no such things done, as thou sayest, but thou feignest them out of thine own heart. For they all made us afraid, saying, Their hand shall be weakened from the work that is not to be done. Now therefore, O God, strengthen my hands. Afterwards I came upon the house of Shemaiah, the son of Deliah, the son of Mehetabel, who was shut up. And he said, Let us meet together in the house of God, within the temple. Let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to slay thee. Yea, in the night they will come to slay thee. And I said, Should such a man as I flee, and who is there that, being as I am, would go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. And lo, I perceived that God had not sent him, but that he pronounced this prophet against me, for Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. Therefore was he hired, that I should be afraid, and do so in sin, and that they might have the matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me. My God, think thou upon Tobiah and Sanballat, according to these their works, and on the prophets no idea, and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished on the 25th day of the month, Eloi in the 5th, in 50 days. And it came to pass that when all our enemies heard thereof, and all the heathen that were about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was wrought of our God. Moreover, in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters unto Tobiah. The letters to Tobiah came unto them, for there were many in Judah sworn unto him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, son of Ara, and his son Jonathan, and had taken the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah. And they reported his good deeds before me, and uttered my words to him, and Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear.
want me to read?
That's okay. Did you manage to sleep?
No.
No?
Oh, a little bit, I guess.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you can. You want to bring the screen closer to you? You want to bring the screen closer to you?
It's okay.
Is it-
Now it came to pass, when the wall was built, and I had set up the doors, and the porters, and the singers, and the Levites were appointed, that I gave my brother Hanani and Hananiah, the ruler of the palace, charge over Jerusalem. For he was a faithful man, and feared God above many. And I said unto them, Let not the gates of Jerusalem be opened until the sun be hot. And while they stand by, let them shut the doors and bar them, and appoint watchers of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, every one in his watch, and every one to be over against his house. Now the city was large and great, but the people were few therein, and the houses were not builded. And my God put into mine heart to gather the nobles, and the rulers, and the people, that they might be reckoned by genealogy. I found a register of the genealogy of them which came up at the first, and found written therein, There are the children of the prophets that went up out of captivity, of those that had been carried away, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away, and came again to Jerusalem, and to Judah every one unto his city. Who came with Zerubbabel? Jeshua, Nehemiah, Azariah, Ramiah, Naamani, Mordecai, Bilshan, Misperet, Bigai, Nahum, Bana. The number, I say, of the men of the people of Israel was this: the children of Parash, 2,172. The children of Shephatiah, 372. The children of Hara, 652. The children of Patmon, the children of Jeshua and Joab, 2,818. The children of Elam, 1,254. The children of Zatu, 845. Children of Zakkai, 703 score. The children of Bernui, 648. The children of Bebai, 628. The children of Asgad, 2,322. The children of Bebai, 628. The children of Adonachim, 603 score and 7. The children of Bigot, 2,003 score and 7. The children of Adin, 655. The children of Eta of Hezekiah, 98. The children of Hashem, 328. The children of Bezrai, 324. The children of Ev, 112. The children of Gibeon, 95. The men of Bethlehem and Netophath, 104 score and 8. The men of Anator, 128. The men of Beth Azamathah, 42. The men of Kirshtat Jerem, Zephirath, and Beeroth, 743. The men of Ramah and Gaba, 621. The men of Milchan, and 122. The men of Bethel and Ai, 123. The men of the other NATO, 52. The children of the other Nevo, 52. And the children of other Elam, 2,254. The children of Haram, 320. Children of Jericho, 345. The children of Lod, Hadid, and Ono, 721. The children of Senah, 3,930. The priests, the children of Tedreth, of the house of Jeshua, 973. The children of Immer, 1,052. The children of Pesha, 1,247. The children of Haram, 1,017. The Levites and the children of Jeshua, of Kadmiel, and of the children of Hodeva, 74. The singers, the children of Asaph, 148. The porters, the children of Shishon, the children of Mattah, the children of Talmud, the children of Akub, the children of Hati, the children of Shobai, 138. The children of the Nethinims, the children of Zia, the children of Hashupha, the children of Tabor, the children of Keros, the children of Sia, the children of Padon, the children of Lebanon, the children of Hakabah, the children of Shalma, the children of Hanan, the children of Gidel, the children of Geha, the children of Renia, the children of Rezin, the children of Nekoda, the children of Gazam, the children of Uzzah, children of Fasia, the children of Basai, children of Menon, the children of Nephisim, the children of Bakbuk, the children of Hakupha, the children of Haho, children of Pasin, children of Mehida, children of Harsha, children of Barkos, children of Sisera, children of Tama, children of Nesia, children of Hatifa, the children of Solomon's servant, the children of Sotai, the children of Sophreth, the children of Parida, the children of Jala, the children of Darkon, the children of Gildai, children of Zephatiah, the children of Hatil, the children of Pokresh, and Zebaim, children of Mammon. All the Netherims and the children of Solomon's servants were 392, and there were they which went up also from Telemah, Tel-Haresh, Cherub, Adon, and Immer, but they could not choose their father's house, nor their seed, whether they were of Israel. The children of Deliah, the children of Tobiah, the children of Nekoda, 642. And of the priests, the children of Habai, children of Koz, children of Barzillai, which took one of the daughters of Barzillai, the Gilead cliff. Gilead to wife, it was called after the name. They sought the register among those that were reckoning by the general, but was not found, therefore were they as polluted put from the priesthood. And the Tirshatha said unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with Urim and Thummim. The whole congregation took together 42,303 score, besides their main servants and their maidservants, in whom there were 7,337, and they had 245 singing men and singing women. There were 728, and 6 their mules. Their camels 435, 6,728 asses. Some of the chiefs of the fathers gave unto the work. The Tirshatha gave to the treasurer 1,000 drachms of gold, 50 bays, and 530 priest garments. And some of the chiefs of the fathers gave to the treasurer of the work 20,000 rams of gold and 2,200 pounds of silver. And that which the rest of the people gave was 20,000 rams of gold, 2,000 pounds of silver, 70 priests' garments. So the priests and the Levites and the porters and the singers and some of the people and the Nethinims and all Israel dwelt in their cities. When the 7th month came, the children of Israel were in their cities. It's 3:20, by the way. And all the people gathered themselves together as one man to the street that was before the water gate, and they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded to Israel. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, all that could hear, with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday, both before the men and the women, those that could understand, and the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood upon the pulpit of wood, which they made for the purpose, and beside him stood Mattithiah, and Shema, and Anri, and Uzzah, and Hikla, and Masai, and on his right hand and on his left hand, Pedaiah, and Mishael, and Malchit, and Hashum, Hashbadan, and Zechariah, and Meshullam. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people, and when he opened it, all the people stood up. And Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God, and all the people answered, Amen. Amen was lifting up their hands, and they bowed their heads and worshipped the Lord with their face to the ground. Jeshua and Bani and Sherebiah and Jamin and Akub, Shabil, Hodijah, Masai, Kaita, Azariah, Josabad, Hanan, Pelaiah, and the Levites caused the people to understand the law, and the people stood in their place. So they read the book and the law of God distinctly, gave the sense, and caused them to understand the reading. Nehemiah, which is in the Tirshatha, and Ezra the priest, the scribe, and the Levites that taught the people said unto all the people, This day is holy unto the Lord your God. Mourn not, nor weep, for all the people wept when they heard the words of the law. Then he said unto them, Go your way, eat the fat, and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them, for whom nothing is prepared. For this day is holy unto our Lord. Neither be ye sorry, for the day of the joy of the Lord is your strength. Renee wants to, as connected. Yep. So the Levites stilled all the people, saying, Hold your peace, for the day is holy, neither be you grieved. And all the people went their way to eat and to drink, and to send portions, and to make great mirth, because they had understood the words that were declared unto them. And on the second day were gathered together the chief of the fathers for the people, the priests and the Levites, and unto Ezra the scribe, and even to understand the words of the law. And they found written in the law which the Lord had commanded by Moses, that children of Israel should dwell in booths in the feast of 7 months, and that they should publish and proclaim in all their cities in Jerusalem, saying, Go forth unto the mount, and fetch olive branches, and pine branches, and myrtle branches, and palm branches, and branches of thick trees, to make booths, as it is written. So the people went forth and brought them, and made themselves booths, every one upon the roof of his house, and in their courts, in the courts of the house of the God, in the streets of Watergate, the streets of the gates of Ephraim. And all the congregation of them that were come again out of captivity made booths, and sat on the booths, for since the day of Joshua the son of Nun, and unto the day had not the children of Israel done so, there were very great gladness. Also day by day, from the first day on to the last day, they read into the book of the law of God, and they kept the feast 7 days, and on the 8th day was a solemn assembly according to unto the manner. Now, in the 24th day of the month, the children of Israel were assembled with fasting and with sackcloth, and earth upon them. And the seed of Israel separated themselves from all strangers, stood and confessed their sins and iniquities of their fathers. And they stood up in their place, and read, and in the book of the law of the Lord of their God. 1/4 part of the day, another 4th part they confessed and worshipped the Lord their God. Then stood up upon the stairs of the Levites Joshua and Bani and Kadmiel, Shebaniah, Boni, Sherebiah, Bani, and Shemani, and cried out with a loud voice unto the Lord their God. The Levites Joshua and Kadmiel, Bani, Hashabir, Sherebiah, Hodijah, Shebaniah, and Petadiah said, Stand up and bless the Lord your God forever and ever, and blessed be thy glorious name, which is exalted above the blessing and praise. Thou, even thou art Lord alone, thou hast made heaven, the heaven of heavens, with all their hosts, and the earth, and all things that therein, and the seas, and all that there is, and thou preservest them all, and the host of heaven worships thee. Thou art the Lord the God, who did choose Abraham, and broughtest him forth out of Ur of the Chaldee, gavest him the name of Abraham, and founded his heart faithful before thee, and madest a covenant with him to give the land of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Ammonites, the Perizzites, and the Jebusites, and the Girgashites to give it. I say to his seed and haste perform thy words, for thou art righteous. Didst see the affliction of our fathers in Egypt, heardest their cry by the Red Sea, and shewedst signs and wonders upon the Pharaoh and on the servants and all the people of this land, for thou knewest that they dealt proudly against them. So didst thou get thee a name as it is this day, and thou didst divide the sea before them, so that they went through the midst of the sea on the dry land, and their persecutors thou throwest into the deeps as a stone into the mighty waters. Moreover, thou leadest them in the day by a cloudy pillar, and the night by the pillar of fire, to give them light in the way wherein they should go. Thou camest down also upon Mount Sinai, and spakest with them from heaven, gavest them right, judgment, and true laws, good statutes, and commandments, and madest known unto them thy holy Sabbath, and commandest them precepts and statutes and laws by the hand of Moses and the servant, and gavest them bread from heaven from their hunger, and broughtest forth water for them out of the rock for their thirst, and promisest them that they should go in to possess the land which thou hadst sworn. to give them, but they and our fathers dealt proudly, and hardened their necks, and hearkened not by thy commandments, and refused to obey, neither were mindful of the wonders that thou didst amongst them, but hardened their necks, and in their rebellion appointed a captain to return to their bondage. But thou art a God ready to pardon, gracious, merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and forsookest them not. They made them a molten core, and said, This is thy God that brought thee up out of Egypt, and wrought great provocations. Yet thou, in thy manifold mercies, forsookest them not in the wilderness, and the pillar of the cloud departed not from them by day, and to lead them in the way, neither pillar of the fire by night, and to shew them light and the way wherein they should go. Thou gavest also the good Spirit to instruct them, withheldest not thy manna from their mouth, and gavest them water from their thirst. 40 years didst thou sustain them in the wilderness, so that they lackest nothing, their clothes waxed not old, and their feet swelled not. Moreover, thou gavest them kingdoms and nations, and didst divide them into corners, so they possessed the land of Sion, and the land of the king of Heshbon, the land of Og, and king of Bashan. Their children also multiplied thou as the stars of heaven, and broughtest them into the land concerning which thou hadst promised to their fathers that they should go in to possess. And so the children went in and possessed the land, and thou subduedst before them the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, and gave them into their hands with their kings and people and the lands, that they might do with them as they would. And they took among cities and a fat land, and possessed houses full of all goods, well digged, and vineyards, and olive yards, and full trees, in abundance, so they did eat, and were filled, and became fat, and delighted themselves in thy great goodness. Nevertheless they were disobedient, and rebelled against thee, and cast thy law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets, which testified against them to turn them to thee, and they brought great provocations. Therefore thou delivered them into the hand of their enemies, who vexed them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercies thou gavest them saviours, who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. But after they had rest, they did evil again before thee. Therefore leftest thou them in the land of their enemies, so that they had the dominion over them. Yet when they returned, cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and many times didst thou deliver them according to thy mercies, and testified against them that thou mightest bring them again unto the law. Yet they dealt proudly, and hearkened not unto thy commandments, but sinned against thy judgment, and withdrew the shoulder, and hardened their neck, and would not hear. Yet many years didst thou forbear them, and testified against them by thy Spirit and thy prophets, yet would they not give ear. Therefore givest thou them in the hand of the people of the lands. Nevertheless, for the great mercy's sake, thou didst not utterly consume them, not forsake them, for thou art gracious and merciful God. Now therefore, our God, the great, the mighty, and the terrible God, keep his covenant and mercy. Let not all the trouble seem little before thee that hath come upon us, and our kings, and our princes, and our priests, and our prophets, and our fathers, and all thy people since the time of the kings of Assyria, and unto the day. Howbeit thou art just in all that is brought upon us, for thou hast done right, but we have done wickedly. Neither have our kings, our princes, our priests, nor our fathers kept thy law, nor hearkened unto thy commandments and thy testimonies, wherewith thou didst testify against them. For they have not served thee in their kingdom, and in thy great goodness thou gavest them, and the large and fat land which thou gavest them, neither turned they from their wicked works. Behold, we are servants this day, and for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers, to eat the fruit thereof and the good thereof. Behold, we are servants in it, and the yield is much increase unto the king, from whom hath set over us because of our sins. Also they have dominion over our bodies and over our cattle and their pleasure. We are in great distress, and because of all this we make a sure and covenant and write it, and our princes, Levites, and princes seal upon it. Chapter 10. Now those that sealed were Nehemiah the Tirshash, the son of Hashalia, and Zidkijah, Seraiah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Matshijah, Hatush, Shebaniah, Malush, Haram, Meremoth, Obadiah, Daniel, Genathon, Baruch, Beshalom, Aprish, Mishamin, Masai, Milgai, Shemaiah. These were the priests. The Levites were Jeshua the son of Azaniah, Binui the son of Enadad, and their brethren Shebaniah, Hodijah, Kelita, Peliah, Hanan, Milshai, Rehob, Hashabiah, Zakur, Shebiah, Shebaniah, Hodijah, Bani, Beninu, the chief of the people, Parash, Parmoth, Elam, Satu, Banu, Buni, Asgad, Bebai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, after Hizkisha, Azur, Hodijah, Hashum, Bezai, Hariphav, Anatot, Nabai, Megplat, Meshulam, Hezi, Meshazabil, Zadok, Shadua, Peleat, Hanan, Ananiah, Hoshir, Hananiah, Azru, Halushe, Pele, Shobek, Ream, Hajabna, Masai, and Ashish, Anan, Maluch, Harum, Banach, and the rest of the people, the priests, the Levites, the porters, and the singers, the Nethinims, and all they that separated themselves from the people of the land unto the law of God, their wives and their sons, and their daughters, every one having knowledge and having understanding. They clave to their brethren, their nobles, and entered into curse and into an oath, and to walk in God's law, which was given by Moses, the Son of God, and to observe and do all the commandments of the Lord, our Lord, and judgments and his statutes, that we will not give our daughters unto the people of the land, nor take their daughters for our sons. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it on them and on the Sabbath, on the holy day, and that we would leave the seventh year and the exaction of every debt. Also we made ordinance for us to charge ourselves yearly with the third part of a shekel for the service of the house of our God, for the shrew bed, and for the continual meat offering, and for the continual burnt offerings of the Sabbaths of the new moons, for the set feasts, and for the holy things, and for the sin offerings, and to make an atonement for Israel and for all the work of the house of our God. And we cast the lots among the priests, the Levites, and the people for the wood offering to bring it into the house of our God, after the house of our fathers at the time appointed year by year, to burn upon the altar of the Lord our God as it is written in the law, and to bring the first fruits of our ground, and the first fruits of all trees, year by year into the house of the Lord, the firstborn of our sons and of our cattle, as it is written in the law, and the firstlings of our herds and our flocks, to bring it to the house of our God, unto the priests that minister in the house of our God, and that we should bring the first fruits of our dough and our offerings, the fruit of all manner of trees, of wine, and of oil, and the priests the chambers in the house of God, and the titles of our ground unto the Levites, and that the same Levites might have the same tithes in all the cities of our village. And the priest and the son of Aaron shall be with the Levites when the Levites take the tithes, And the Levites shall bring up the tithes, and the tithes unto the house of God, to the chambers, to the treasure house. For the children of Israel and the children of Levi shall bring the offering of the corn, of the new wine, and the oil unto the chamber where the vessels of the sanctuary, the priests that minister, and the porters and the singers, and we will not forsake the house of our God. Chapter 11. And the rulers of the people dwelt at Jerusalem. The rest of the people also cast lot to bring one of the 10 to dwell in Jerusalem, the holy city, and 9 parts to dwell in the other city. The people blessed all the men that willingly offered themselves to dwell at Jerusalem. Now these the chief of the province that dwelt in Jerusalem, but in the city of Judah dwelt every one in his possession in their cities, to wit, Israel the priests, and the Levites, and the Nethinims, and the children of Solomon's servants. And at Jerusalem dwelt certain of the children of Judah, the children of Benjamin, and of the children of Judah, Athaliah, the son of Uzziah, son of Zechariah, the son of Amariah, the son of Shephtai, and the son of Maalil, and of the children of Perez, and Masai, the son of Baruch, son of Kolese, the son of Azai, the son of Adiah, son of Joai, son of Zechariah, the son of Shiloni, and all the sons of Perez that dwelt at Jerusalem were 480 valiant men. And these are the sons of Benjamin, Salu, and the son of Mesulah, son of Joed, the son of Bedulah, the son of Kolala, the son of Masai, the son of Itev, the son of Joseh, and after him Gobai, Saleh, 980, 28. And Joel, and the son of Zikri, was their overseer, and Judah, the son of Senor, was second over the city. Of the priests, Jedai, son of Joab, and Joachim, Sai, the son of Echab, the son of Meshullam, the son of Zadok, the son of Mirath, the son of Ahitub, was the ruler of the house of God. And their brethren that did work their house were 822. And Aide, the son of Joram, son of Petale, the son of Amzi, the son of Zechariah, the son of Pasha, the son of Malchiah, and his brethren, chief of the fathers, 242. Namashai, the son of Azariah, the son of Hasei, the son of Meshilemoth, the son of Ima, and the brethren, mighty men of valor, and 128. And their overseer was Sabdiel, the son of the great men. And also the Levites, Shemaiah, the son of Hashub, the son of Azirikam, the son of Abashai, the son of Buni, and Shabbatai, and Josabad, and chief of the Levites had the oversight the outward business of the house of God. Mattaniah, the son of Misha, the son of Zabdi, the son of Asaph, was the principal to begin the thanksgiving and the prayer. And Bakbukiah, second among his brethren, and Abda, the son of Jamud, the son of Galil, the son of Jeduthun. And all the Levites in the holy city were 284. Moreover, the porters, Akub, Talmon, and the brethren that kept the gates were 172. And the residue of Israel, of the priests and of the Levites, were all in the cities of the Judah, every one in his inheritance. But the Nethinims dwelt in Ophel, and in Ziha and Jizpah were over the Nethinims. There was he also the Levites at Jerusalem, was Uzi the son of Basil, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Misha, and of Asaph. The singers were over the business over the house of God. For with the commandment concerning them, that a certain portion should be for the singers due for every month. And Pethahiah, son of Meshazebil, and the children of Zerah and the son of Judah, was the king's hand in all matters concerning the people. For the villages with their fields, some of the children of Judah dwelt at Kishpa and the village thereof, and at Dibon in the village thereof, and at Jedbadzi and the villages thereof, and at Jeshua and Moladbida and Bethpelet, and Hasavshul and Bisheba and the village thereof, and at Ziklag and Mekonah and the villages thereof, and Enrion and Zaria and Jasmut and Zanoah, Abdullam, and in the village Slachi, and the fields thereof at Azekah, the village thereof, and they dwelt from Beersheba and the village of Hinnom. The children also of Benjamin and from Geba dwelt at the Mishpah, and Aisha, and Bethel, and in the villages, and Anator, Nob, Anania, Hazor, Rana, Gittim, Hadid, Zebon, Nebalat, Lod, and Ono, and the valley of craftsmen, the Levites with divisions in Judah and Benjamin. Chapter 11. Now these are the priests and the Levites that went up with Zerubbabel and the son of Shealtiel and Jeshua, Zerah, Jeremiah, Ezra, Amariah, Maloch, Hattush, Jeshrichna, Rem, Meremoth, Ido, Genetigo, Abash, Menamin, Mada, Bilga, Jeremiah, Joab, Jedai, Salu, Amok, Hilkai, Jedai. They were the chief of the priests and their brethren in the days of the Jeshua. Moreover, the Levites, Jeshua, Binui, Kadmiel, Sherebiah, Judah, and Mattaniah, was over the thanksgiving, and he and his brethren, and Bakabiah and Uni, and their brethren were over against them in the watches. And Joshua began Joachim, and Joachim also begat Elashib, and Elashib begat Joadib, and Joadib begat Jonathan, and Jonathan begat Jadua. In the days of Joachim were priests and the chiefs of the fathers Seri and Mariah, and of Jeremiah, Mananiah, of Ezra, Meshullam, of Anmariah, Jehohanan, of Meluki, Jonathan, and of Shebaniah, Joseph, of Haram, Adna, of Meriath, Helkai, of Edo, Zechariah, and Jonathan, Meshullam, of Abisha, Zikri, and Miniam, of Moedi, Pilrai, of Bilga, Shemoah, of Shemai, Shenoathan, and of Joanim, Matanai, of Shedwai, Uzi, of Salai, Kalai, of Abak, Eber, Elikash, Hashabah, Jedai, Nethaniah, the Levites of the day of Eliashib, Joadi, and Joanan, and Jadua were recorded chief of the fathers, also priests of the reign of Darius the Persian. He, son of Levi, chief of the fathers, were written in the book of the Chronicles, even until the days of Johanan the son of Eliashib. And the chief of the Levites, Hashabiah, Jerobiah, and Jebin, the son of Kadmiel, with their brethren over against them, to praise and to give thanks, according to the commandments of David the man of God, ward over against ward. Mathaniel and Bapokiel, Abodiah, Meshullam, Talmon, Akub were porters keeping the ward all the thresholds of the gates. There were in the days of Joachim, son of Jeshua, the son of Zadok, the days of Nehemiah the governor, and of the Israel priest the scribe. And at the dedication of the wall of Jerusalem, they sought the Levites out of all their place to bring them to Jerusalem to keep their dedication with gladness, both with thanksgiving and with singing, with cymbals and psalteries and with harps. And the sons of the singers gathered themselves together both out of the plain country round about Jerusalem, and from the villages of Nephtaphathi, and also from the house of Gilgal, and out of the field of Geba and Asmavet. And for the singers had builded them villages round about Jerusalem. The priests and Levites purified themselves and purified the people, and the gates and the wall. Then I brought up the princes of Judah upon the wall, and appointed two great companies of them that gave thanks, whereof one went on the right hand upon the wall toward the dung gate, and after them Hoshai, and half the priests of Judah, and Asariah, Ezra, and Meshullam, Judah and Benjamin, Shemaiah, and Jeremiah, and certain of the priests' sons with trumpets, namely Zechariah, son of Jonathan, and the son of Nephshah, the son of Mattaniah, son of Michael, the son of Zakur, the son of Asaph, and his brethren Shemaiah and Azariah, Milalel, Gilal, Mai, Nethaniah, and Judah, Hananiah, with the musical instruments of David, the man of God, and Ezra the scribe before them, and the fountain gate, which was over against them. They went up the stairs of the city of David at the going up of the wall of the house of David, even unto the water gate eastward. And the other company of them that gave thanks and went over against them, and after them, and the half of the people upon them, the wall from beyond the tower of the furnace even unto the broad wall. Of Ephraim, and above the oak gate, and above the fish, and the gate and the tower of Hannah, and the tower of Meah, and even unto the sheep gate, and they stood still in the prison gate. So stood the two companies of them that gave thanks to the house of God, and I and half the rulers with me. The priests Eliakim, Mesai, Minyamin, Miai, Eloenai, Zekai, and Hanani, with trumpets, Masai, Shemai, Eleazar, and Uzi, and Jehohaban, and Malishan, and Elam, and Ezer, and the singers sang loud with Jezrabiah, their overseer. And that day they offered great sacrifices and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The wives also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard even afar off. And at the time were some appointed of the chambers of the treasures for the offerings for the first fruits of the tithes, to gather into them out of the fields of the cities of the portions of the law for the priests and Levites. For Judah rejoiced for the priests and for the Levites that waited. And both the singers and the porters kept the wards of the God, and the ward of the purification according to the commandment of David and Solomon and his son. For in the days of David and Asaph all there were chief of the singers, and songs of praise and thanksgivings unto God. And all Israel in the days of Zerubbabel, in the days of Nehemiah, gave the portions of the singers and the porters every day's portion, and they sanctified holy things unto the Levites, and the Levites sanctified them unto the children of Aaron. On that day they read in the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and therein was found written that the Ammonite and the Moabite should not come into the congregation of God forever, because they met not the children of Israel with bread and with water, but hired Balaam against them, that he should curse them. Howbeit our God turned the curse into a blessing. Now it came to pass, when they had heard the law, that they separated from Israel all the mixed multitude, and before this Eliashib the priest, having the oversight of the chamber of the house of our God, was allied into Tobiah, and he had prepared for him a great chamber, whereof aforetime they laid meat offerings, the frankincense, and the vessels, and the tithes of the corn, and the new wine, and the oil, which was commanded to be given to the Levites, and the singers, and the porters, and the offerings of the priests. But in all this time was not I at Jerusalem, for in the 32nd year of Artaxerxes, king of Babylon, came I to the king, and after some days obtained I leave of the king. And I came to Jerusalem, and understood of the evil that Eliashib did for Tobiah, in preparing him a chamber in the courts of the house of God. And it grieved me sore. Therefore I cast forth all the household stuff to Tobiah out of the chamber. Then I commanded, and they cleansed the chamber, and thither brought I again the vessels of the house of God, with the meat offerings and the frankincense. I perceived that portions of the Levites had not given them, for the Levites and the singers that did the work were fled every one of this field. Then contended I with the rulers, and said, Why is the house of God forsaken? I gathered them together and set them in their place. Then brought all Judah the tithe of the corn, and the new wine, and the oil unto the treasurers, and made treasurers of the treasuries, Shelemiah the priest, and Zadok the scribe, and of the Levites Pedai. And next to them was Hanan the son of Zakkur, and son of Mattaniah, for they were contended faithful, and their office was to distribute unto their brethren. Remember me, O my God, concerning this, and wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my God, for the for the office thereof. In those days I saw, I and Judah, some treading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves and lading asses, and as also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manners of burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Sabbath day. And I testified against them in the day wherein they sold victuals. There dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish and manner of ware, and sold of the Sabbath unto the children of Judah, and unto the children of Judah and unto Jerusalem. Then I contended with the nobles of Judah, and said unto them, What evil thing is it that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers thus? Did not our God bring all this evil upon us and upon the city? Yet ye bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. It came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded the gates should be shut, charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. Some of my servants set the gates, that there should be no burden brought on the Sabbath day. So the merchants and sellers of all kind of ware lodged without Jerusalem once or twice. Then I testified against them, and said unto them, Why lodge ye about the wall? If ye do again, I will lay hands on you. From that time forth came they no more on the Sabbath. And I commanded the Levites that they should cleanse themselves, and they should come and keep the gates, to sanctify the Sabbath day. Remember me, O my God, concerning this also, and spare me according to the greatness of thy mercy. Those days also I saw the Jews that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon and Moab. And their children spake half in the speech of Ashdod, could not speak in the Jews' language, but according to the language of each people. I contended with them, and cursed them, and smote certain of them, and plucked off their hair, and made them swear by God, saying, Ye shall not give your daughters unto their sons, nor take their daughters unto your sons, or for yourselves. Did not Solomon king of Israel sin by these things? Yet among many nations was there no king like him, who was beloved of his God, and God made king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin. Shall we then hearken unto you? You do all this great evil to transgress our God, in marrying strange wives. One of the sons of Joda, the son of Elishib, the high priest, was son-in-law to Sanballat the Horonite. Therefore I chased him from me. Remember them, O my God, because they have defiled the priesthood, and covenant of the priesthood, and of the Levites. Thus cleansed I them from all strangers, and appointed the wards of the priests and the Levites in every one of his business. And for the wood offering at times appointed, and for the first fruits, remember me, O my God, for good.